Welcome back to Christian's Corner. So, like I said in my last episode, this was going to be an emotional one. And the reason why it's going to be emotional is because I'm talking about things that have happened to me in the past regarding my dad. And it's going to be talks of suicide. So, trigger warning for y'all. If you just hear me pause and take a deep breath, that's just me trying not to cry. And I hate when people are like, well, men can't cry. Yes, men can, dog. By it, we're going to cry. So, and this month is suicide prevention month. So, let's go ahead and get started. So when I think about my life and everything, I just look back at times in my life where I needed my dad. He wasn't there. And it's not because he's not dead or anything. He just does not care. He doesn't care about me or anything. One thing about him, he's always going to perpetrate on Facebook or whatever and like he's a dutiful father, like he loves his son so much. He doesn't. I cannot count the many times I have reached out to him. I have stopped there and basically told him when this was going on, when I had this, that, the third, and I wanted him to come and support, because now it's like I used to play baseball, t-ball, baseball, all that. And I told him, I was like, well, Dad, one of my games happens Thursday at 7. Can you come on? Can you come out? He was like, yeah, I'll come. And I remember I was looking in the stands. I saw my mom. I just looked everywhere. I was like, where is my dad? He wasn't there. He always had an excuse. What? Oh, see, he could never get it out. He could never get the lie out. And after a while, I just stopped. Basically, I just stopped telling him what was happening. Then I was graduating high school. I thought he was going to come to my high school graduation. And I told him when it was. And I graduated class of 21. Shout out to class 21. And all I remember was I told him when the graduation was. And I thought he was going to show up or something. Or like he was going to come to the house and give me a graduation gift or something. And then when I looked over there where my section was supposed to be sitting, he was nowhere. And that right there, that hurts, because what did I ever do to him to deserve being treated like that? And a lot of people think, oh, well, Christian, he's happy. I put on a brave face every single day. I put on a brave face for my mom, my grandma, and my best friend, because I don't want them to see that I'm hurting. I have started here many times and contemplated suicide because I was hurting. And 50% of that came from him, because I didn't know what I did to him for him to treat me like shit. When I was growing up, I was like, oh, well, maybe he's just working a lot. He can't spend any time with me. once in a while he'll come over and we'll talk and stuff, but then the visits stop. They get being less frequent. They gradually stop. They gradually slow down. And I remember one day I texted him. I was like, what? Why aren't you calling me? Why aren't you checking up on me and stuff? Why don't you see how I'm doing? And he was like, why should I? You have a mother. You you don't need me checking in up on you. And of course that hurt because like, what you mean I don't need you checking in up on me? You my dad. What you talking about? And I remember one conversation we had. We had a big argument because he wanted me to have animosity towards my mom for whatever reason. And we all know some baby mamas, they can keep the child away from the daddy. But we need to acknowledge that some of these dads don't want to be in their child's life. But let them find another girlfriend and let them have children with that girlfriend. Oh, they're very attentive. They're very involved in that child's life. Forgetting about the other child. But see, that wasn't the way with my mom and everything. He just didn't want to be in my life. She has made plenty attempts for him to be in my life. When I was little, she was always calling him, be like, here's the phone, talk to your dad, this, that, da, 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 da. She'll make up arrangements for us to go out and meet, have a family day or something. He never showed. And when it comes to that argument that we had, he told me, well, I didn't even want a son. I gave her money I told her to get an abortion. I didn't want you. I never wanted a child. You were a mistake. I never wanted you. And it felt like somebody just had got a knife and stabbed me in the heart. I was like, how can you say that? How can you sit up here and just basically tell me that I was a mistake? How can you do that? And I remember that day, that night clearly. My mom and grandma was going out, and I remember I got a knife out of the kitchen, and I held it at my wrist. I said, well, since I'm a mistake, I shouldn't even be here. I shouldn't even be alive, because I am a mistake. I'm a mistake that everybody's going to keep on. They're not going to love anymore. I'm just a mistake. And you know how they have a word for children who were born out of wedlock. We're bastards. Well, first, I'm not nobody's bastard. Thank you very much. Y'all can be a bastard, but I'm not. And I remember I held the knife at my wrist. And I never pressed down firmly enough to make an incision. I just kind of grazed it across my wrist. I never pressed down. And all I can remember was I fell on my knees crying. Because I wanted to know, why was I a mistake? And why wasn't he in my life? Or why couldn't I be the child he wanted? For years, I have questioned myself. I've questioned why this, why that, why this, how come this? Why am I the problem? I've questioned that every single day. And then you have him perpetrating every day on Facebook. Only time he acknowledges me is on my birthday. He doesn't even try to call, try to text, doesn't even try to come to my job or something, or come inside and say, "Oh, hey, son, how you doing?" No, there's no type of interaction between us, and it's not like I haven't made an effort, because I'm 21 now. 21 is a serious age. I don't know what I'm supposed to do at 21. I'm like, well, what I'm supposed to do? There's only so much my mom can do. That's why I needed my father. But no, he's listening to his mother. I can't stand that woman. Because she sat there and told my mom and my grandma, "Oh, God, go take him away from you. God, go take Christian away from you." Well, honey, who found their own? Okay. I have sat up there and made excuses for him because I thought, oh, well, he's just working, or well, he's just doing this. I've made excuses for him. I've defended him. I've even got into arguments with my mom over him until I knew better. I can't hold on to the pain that he has caused me. But let him tell it. I'm the wrong one. I'm the person in the wrong. I can't do this. I can't do that. Really? Really, I can't do this and that. He's the person who has not made an effort to call his own child. He's the person who has not made an effort to even come over and see his child. He has made an effort not even to check up on his child. I could be in the hospital. I won't get a call or a text from him. But he could go to Facebook and sit up there and act like, oh, he's such a good father. He can do that now. He can get on Facebook. Wow. Like, oh yeah, he's such a good father. Everybody could eat it up. But if you only knew what he was like and what he is. Because many times I have texted him, got no response. I've called him, no pickup. Left a voicemail, no call back. I have sat there and tried my best to at least be in his life. I sat there and tried to force myself into being his life. When like, I can't slip and force me to be in somebody else's life when they don't want me in their life. I can't keep trying to make somebody love me when basically they don't love themselves. And then when I do see him out, there's no, hey, Christian, how you doing? Hey, son, how school going? Hey, you need anything? This, that, and the third. Nothing. There's no type of interaction. I could be standing there in Walmart. Standing there, probably in the food section, trying to get something to cook. He'll be right there. We could be side by side. You will not hear a peep. And it's not like I don't say hello. I have a mouth. But I shouldn't have to speak first to my own dad. I shouldn't have to do that. And then make it so bad. You more worried about what my mama doing, texting her, asking her what she doing. Why don't you sit back, text your own child, ask him how is he doing? How is school going? Because school is hard. College is hard. I've received no help from him. It's not like I haven't asked. I've received no help or anything. Everything always has to rely on my mom or my grandma. Can't ask my aunt, my mom's sister, my grandma's daughter. Can't do that. Can't do that. But against that, I am the villain in the story. I have not made an effort. I haven't made efforts to reach out to him. Or I haven't made the effort to be in his life. Yeah, I'm the villain in his story. There are two sides to every story. But in his version, I'm the villain. Well, I'll be the villain then. Since you want me to be the villain so bad, I'll be the villain. It's high time for me to let go of all this pain, all this misery, all this heartache. Because the Christian that was going to commit suicide, I don't want to go back to that Christian. I was on the verge of killing myself because I was a mistake. I was on the verge of killing myself because I felt like I was worthless. I felt like slicing my wrist open because I did not want to be here anymore because I was causing so much heartache, so much pain. I don't want to go back to that Christian. I have to let stuff go. And when I tell you, you can sit up there and say, well, I'm going to let it go, I'm going to let it go. You can let it go all day you want, but it still hurts like hell. It still hurts like hell because you would think that people who were supposed to love you, you would think that they wouldn't treat you like that. I thought that about him. I said, well, how can he treat me like that? Many times I have fallen on my mama and asked, how can he treat me like this? What have I done to him? But let him tell it. I've done so much bad things. I've done so many bad things to him. I need to do this. I need to do that. I don't need to do a thing. I don't need to apologize to you. I was in church one day. The pastor said, forgive those who have hurt you. I texted him, I forgive you. He go text me, I forgive you too. What the hell you text me back, I forgive you too? I text him, I said, I forgive you for not being in my life. He go text, I forgive you too. What the hell you mean you forgive me too? I'm not supposed to be there for you. You're supposed to be there for me. I'm not the one that's supposed to be picking you up off the ground. I'm not the one supposed to be encouraging you every single day. You're supposed to encourage me. I'm your child. I'm your child. But you don't acknowledge me as your child. Let you tell you don't have children. You don't have a child. Let him tell it. You acknowledge me when there's a funeral, when there's a death in your family. But then you have your other family members ask, well, how's he doing? I tell them, but he ain't doing nothing. And they always say, well, that's a shame. He need to be doing more. Look, I've talked to him. I'm glad you talked to him because I can't seem to get a hold of him. Oh, really? You talk to him? It's not doing any good. It's going in one ear and out the other. He's not doing anything. He doesn't do anything. I cannot count how many times I have sat up there and wonder, well, when's my dad coming to support me in this? When is my dad doing this? When's my dad doing that? Do y'all know how some schools used to do like Thanksgiving dinner and Christmas dinner and had the parents to come and they'll do it like 2 weeks before Thanksgiving or a week before Thanksgiving or a week before we get out for Christmas break and everything. And my mom, she was always there down from pre-K to middle school. After middle school, they had stopped all that. But anyway, and I saw a lot of people, they had both of their parents, their mom and their dad. And I would look around and be like, I would get jealous of other people because they had both parents. I would get jealous, like, oh, they got both parents. Good for them. I would literally get jealous of them. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be real. It's my podcast. I'm talking about all things relatable. I'm gonna be real. And I would be like, well, how can they have both parents? I want to have one parent. I would get jealous. And I would ask my mom, why I only have one parent? Why can't I have both? And she would never have an answer because she doesn't know why he's not doing anything either. But let him tell it, she's the problem. Was she the problem when she helped you in jail? Okay. I'm not finna blast him out like that now. But you want me to, I'll be the villain and do it. Because evidently that's what I am. I'm the villain. I'm the one everybody kick around. I'm the one everybody give me their ass to give. I'm the villain. Well, I'll be the villain then, since you want me to be the villain. Was she the problem when she helped you when you was in jail? Was she the problem when she was the only one coming out there to put money on your books when your own mama didn't try to help you? Was she the villain then? No, she wasn't. But you didn't even come to the birth? You didn't even sit up there and be in the birth in the room with her when she was giving birth? But you sat there and came after? We did it. Oh, yeah, she told me. Yeah, really, what is we did it? What is a we? You ain't do nothing. But then yet and still, though, if he needs a kidney or he needs some blood, who they go to come to? Me. The child. And it's going to be up to me whether I give him that or not. I might say, no. Let him rot. That's going to be up to me. But see, I wouldn't do that, though, because I don't have a dirty bone in my body like that. I'm not going to sit up here and do that. I mean, I would. I might. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to feel in that moment. But I can't sit up here and just turn my back on somebody. But I can't sit up here and keep giving you more, trying to give you chance after chance after chance. And every chance you get from me, you just toss it. Like, oh, I don't really care about him. But yet and still, though, you can sit up here and look at me like I have done you wrong. You can sit up here and act like I'm the problem. How can I be the problem when I am the child in the situation? There is nothing. I have no love for him. I don't hate him. I just don't like him. I have nothing. When somebody asks me, oh, how is your dad? Who? Oh, God is great. Hallelujah. Oh, how is your father? Oh, God is great. Our Father which art in heaven. Hallelujah. I can't sit up here and keep giving you my all when you have not gave me an ounce of anything. I just can't. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be the person who has to uplift you when you don't care about me. If you cared about me, you would sit up here and you would do better. But yet still, though, you can walk past me. Don't even speak. You can look me dead in my eyes and you don't speak. And people act like, oh, well, that is your dad. I don't care who that is. If I ever have children, I'm not going to be the person who like, oh, well, that's still your mother. Oh, well, that's still your grandma. That's still this, that's still that. No, I'm not going to be that parent. Because if you're not in my child's life, you you're not gonna be in their life. Don't come back around when they get older thinking, oh yeah, I'm in the child's life. No. And that's what he thought too. You would have said, act like, I told you when my graduation is, you don't even show up. At least you can at least show at the graduation now. I mean, I may not like you, but at least show up to my graduation. Show that you at least proud of me or something. At least show something. Show some type of pride. But you have not shown me anything. You have not shown me an ounce of love, because evidently you have no child. You have no son. You don't acknowledge me as your son. Half of your family members say, well, I didn't know he had a son. Really? You didn't know he had a child? Of course you didn't, because he doesn't tell you he had a child. I'm just an outsider. I'm just an outsider looking in. And nobody talks about how painful it is. Nobody talks about that. Everybody just say, well, that is your father. That is your dad. You have to do this. I don't have to do a darn thing. I don't. If he was on fire, I wouldn't even spit on him to put him out. I wouldn't. I'd let him burn. Burn, baby, burn. I wouldn't put him out. I might get some marshmallows, make s'mores. I probably would do that, but as for getting some water, getting a fire extinguisher, call the fire department. Well, somebody's on fire. I might not even do that. Please. But why must I be the one who tries and tries and tries and tries to do something for you when you have not done anything for me in 21 years at that now? In 21 years. Thank y'all for listening to this episode of Christian's Corner. Thank you.